Hey, what is going on, everybody? This is CaelumEXP, and welcome back to Let's Play Final Fantasy VII. In the previous episode, I'm pretty sure my game time was somewhere in between 50 and 60 hours. Look at how long I've grinded. I've been doing a lot of grinding. Most recently, I have been working on stat maxing. As of now, Cloud, Vincent, not Yuffie, her strength and vitality are at 255. However, I have a specific materia set up to start this episode with on her that is reducing her strength and vitality by a little bit. That is absolutely okay. Her luck has not been touched because I need her to die. Before we get to that though, everybody else also has 255 strength, dexterity, vitality, magic, spirit, and luck, and that is what I am going over in this episode. Source farming. But most of my farming, like the stat farming, has gone by pretty easily, very quickly. I think I got started out on this at about the 89 hour mark almost, like 89 and a half hours is when I had started working on my source farming. So it didn't take too long, about 5:45 almost. And let's see. What all do I have in my inventory? So I've got some power sources and guard sources. I will be showing how to get those closer to the end of the episode. You can get those here in this area, however, getting the duplication to work on it is very difficult. Technically, you could do the same, but there's a reason I wouldn't recommend doing this duplication for power and guard sources. We're going to start off down here. And I'm going to be showing you how to get mind and spirit sources. First things first, materia setup for Yuffie, final attack morph, final attack shield, and quadramagic and shield. So when she dies, she will perform a final attack morph to morph the enemy into the source. And then she will go final attack shield, and since another shield is paired with quadramagic, it will be casted as her final attack with quadramagic, so it will be casted a total of 4 times. The reason we need this specific materia setup is normally you can't duplicate sources in a fight for multiple reasons. However, this reason is because these enemies that you get your magic and mind sources from only spawn in sets of 1. And it's very annoying. Otherwise, we'd be able to get a stack of 99 really easily. I don't know why the developers made this so difficult, but this works for us to get somewhere in between 30 and 40 sources. If you mash really hard, you can get about 43 to 45 sources at a time. But I am starting with magic and spirit simply because they are very difficult, and I'm going to speed up until we get into a fight with either a serpent for the spirit sources or unknown 3 for the magic sources. So I'll see you guys in just a second, and I will show this off. Here we are. This is a serpent. So the first thing you want to do is you want to damage him below. Like, you want to get his health low enough, because he has 16,000 HP, and then we want to get our green ready. Oh man, there's so much I didn't prepare you guys for. Wait until Yuffie takes damage. Ah, no, she didn't take damage. Hopefully he will cast Aqualung again. I will explain this more in depth after we finish this, actually. So we're gonna wait for another Aqualung. Hopefully he hits Yuffie with it. There we go. She dies. We confirm on the green. And then, boom, he gets turned into the Mind Source, and she goes to Quadramagic Final Attack Shield. And once you have until the Quadramagic Shield is done being cast to duplicate as many sources as you can. I'm going up to 30 because I don't need any more. Okay, so I need to explain a little bit more when it comes to source farming real quick. Sources cannot normally be duplicated in combat because they cannot be used in combat. You need items that you can actually use in combat in order to do this. And in order to be able to get a source to duplicate, you need to force it into an item slot at the top of your inventory. And it works best not by moving everything down one slot. That won't work. The reason it won't work is because of the way the W item glitch works. And the W item glitch works in a sense of the first item that you use, and then you go to use your second item and cancel that usage, duplicates the first item. Reason we need 1 rather than a stack of 99 is we need to force the source into a spot that we just emptied with the first item of the W item glitch. If that makes sense. I think it should. So you need the empty space that the source is going to be taking place be in the spot of an item that you just used before you can use the W item glitch. So the second item of the W item is the one that duplicates the first item. And that is effectively how that works. There's a lot of pauses here. I've explained this 3 times already. I kept wondering why, for whatever reason, the game was not getting my microphone audio, and I figured it out. It's because I, for some godforsaken reason, turned off the recording for the microphone when it comes to the Share Factory recording. And this is not the guy we need, so we're just gonna... So I will meet you guys until we come across Unknown 3, and we're going to do the same thing that we did with the Serpent. Hey, here we go. Okay, so Death Blow, because a 4 times cut will kill him. And then get your green ready. Do not confirm, because we have to wait a while specifically with this guy. Because he needs to use either Slap or Bolt 2 on Yuffie. Bolt 2 is not likely she will dodge with the 32 luck that she has. Slap, she can pretty frequently dodge it though. So we just need to wait for him to cast Bolt 2 or land a successful slap on her to finish her off. She's only got 249 HP. Like I said, she can dodge it. She does not dodge the Bolt 2 unless you have leveled up her luck stat. Poison Fang will always miss as long as you are immune to poison. So if you have added effect and poison paired together in some armor slots, you are immune to poison. And if you have a ribbon, you are also immune to poison. So Poison Fang will always miss. If you don't have those, it is a guarantee to land and do damage. Come on, dude. Stop using Poison Fang. You're gonna miss every time. I need you to land either a successful slap on Yuffie or a Bolt 2, and of course he wants to use it on Cloud. Cloud's luck stat is high enough, and he has the Mistile armor adding an extra 60 to his chance to dodge magic attacks, so that misses pretty frequently. Oh, excuse me. Acid reflux. Come on now. Anyways, a little bit more of an active explanation is once the first item of the W item glitch, because like it... Ah, he missed again. Okay, so Vincent has W item. We haven't used the first item yet. That's gonna miss. Stop doing that. When we bring up the cursor for the first item, that's not gonna do anything. You can't cancel this and then go to another item and do that. It won't work. You need to confirm the usage on your first item, and you need that to be an item of 1. That way it empties a slot before the source takes its place. What the heck? That actually landed? It did no damage, but it landed. I haven't seen that yet. That's the first. Like I said though, it'll never land, technically. Stop casting that on Cloud! You dick. Ah, shit. I forgot Cloud has counterattack. Ah, that's terrible. I have some... God dang it. Remove Vincent's counterattack. Okay, so I'll meet you guys in another Unknown 3 fight, and I will demonstrate the duplication for that. It's the same as the Serpent, but I'll see you guys in just a sec. Here we are. Alright. So, Death Blow to get him below 50% health, that way Yuffie can actually kill him with her final attack Morph. Cloud, W item, get the greens ready, and now we wait for him to kill Yuffie. Now once we throw these greens out, once she takes damage, because she's only got 249 health right now, so any amount of damage will kill her because he will do multiple hundreds. But once this item slot is empty from the greens, once we throw that out there, the source will take its place, and then the secondary item that we use to normally duplicate will then be duplicating the source instead of the greens. There we go! Now we can throw that out. And then she final attack morphs him, and she jumps into final attack Quadra Magic Shield, and we have until that is over to duplicate as many sources as we can. I mentioned earlier, if you mash really hard, you can get up to about 43, 45. I've never gotten that high though, so I think I got 36. And that is how you do that. So I'm going to swap my materia back around, and I will go show you how to get the last of the sources that are super easy to do. Okay, and I am back in this room specifically because this is where we can get our speed and luck sources to max out our dexterity and luck. And there is one group of enemies in here that you can actually use to duplicate both of the sources in the same fight. Which is why I have two different greens at the top of my menu. So let's do this. And I got it. This is a pincer attack version of the fight, but yes. So let's see. First things first, we want Yuffie to morph this little guy, the Poodler. That's a funny name. Okay, so morph him, and then throw out one of the greens, and then hover over my X potion. Speed sources. And that's how that's done. And then do the same thing with the bad rap. Morph, W item, throw out the Tantal green. And then this is our luck sources. And that's how you do that. So we have, let's see, we have two more sources to go. So I've covered magic, spirit, speed, and luck. So yes, we still need the power and guard sources. So I will meet you near Medial for the guard sources. So I will cut to that. I will see you guys in just a second. Alright, we are approaching Medial, and we do not want to land on the main land area. Yes, you can still encounter spirals here. However, there is a spot over here where if we were to land closer to about here, we can actually just come on up this way. There are two different enemies you can encounter here. Spirals are the ones that we want. You can also encounter harpies, or harpy-like enemies, I can't remember. Anyways, let's see. Do we have spirals? Yes, we have spirals. Alright. Go back to Yuffie, and I'm using Yuffie for this. I remember mentioning way earlier, Yuffie's Conformer, her ultimate weapon, is the only weapon in the game that allows anybody to do normal damage with the morph command, which is why I recommend using Yuffie for this. Otherwise, it takes infinitely longer to do this. Now, morph this guy, and then W... Oh no! I did it again! Alright. I forgot. I do also have guard and power sources in my inventory, so I need to use those before I can show the duplication. It's the same as the speed and luck sources, and to a degree the magic and mind sources. However, I do want to actually show this off properly. So first things first, let me come down here. Just empty my inventory of those. Sort again. Alright. And you know what? I'll bring this up here as well. Okay. So let's get into another fight with spirals, and I will show the duplication up to a total of 10 copies of guard sources. Okay, here we are again. And again, with Yuffie, morph one, and then W item, throw out one of your singular items to force the source into that spot. And then another consumable item that can actually be used in battle will duplicate that source. And that's that. So next up, I'm going to meet you guys up near Nibelheim, and I will show you how to very quickly and easily duplicate the power sources. So I will see you guys in just a sec. Okay, we are approaching Nibelheim here, and instead of going into Nibelheim, or even the front end of Mount Nibel, we're going to come around to the back end of Rocket Town, and we're going to go into the back end of Mount Nibel from here. So 3 times speed and no encounters, that way we're not bothered with other enemies. And this is where we fought Materia Keeper. And then up these ladders. And then out back past this reactor. And I'm going to cut until I come across the enemy. Never mind, I don't need to cut at all. Okay, we want to morph the Screamers. They're the dudes swinging the mason chain. So morph, W item, throw out the green to force this source in here, and then use my regular consumable item to be able to duplicate it. And there it is. That is that. That makes it an easy peasy lemon squeezy little thing. It may sound complicated, but once you do it once or twice, it is very easy to figure out and be done. The only thing that takes a while is that if you use the greens like I do over other consumable items, you will have to return to Chocobilly's shop and buy one of each green repeatedly, multiple times. Especially if you want everybody maxed out. So I'm going to cut to a spot where I can swap between the PHS, and I will show you everybody's stats. So I will see you guys in just a second. Alright, I am back here near Junon. Because, so at the beginning of the next episode, I'm going to meet you in the underwater reactor, and the best way to get through there, or technically the only way, is through Junon. But I'm showing off everybody's stats, so Cloud is 255 strength, dexterity, vitality, magic, spirit, and luck. Same thing with Vincent, and now same thing with Yuffie, because I did take some time to go back to the Gilnika and max out her luck. And now we're going to swap out for Barrett and Tifa. Ooh, excuse me, acid reflux. Barrett also has 255 across the board, and so does Tifa. PHS. Red 13 and Kate Sith. 255s across the board for the both of them. And then Sid. 255s across the board. So that is it. I might swap my party around, however it is not likely that I'm actually going to be doing a whole lot with any other party, so I'm probably just going to bring Vincent and Yuffie back in. I'm still going to need Yuffie for the beginning of the next episode. There is one more materia that I need to get that can, if you intend on fighting Emerald Weapon straight up, this next materia that we'll be getting at the beginning of the next episode will make the fight a lot easier because it'll get rid of a 20-minute time limit. But until then, I will see you guys in the next episode. You all have a great day. Bye.